We are live. Let's get ready to podcast.
Fire it up.
Welcome back to another live and amplified Indie Fusion podcast. I'm your host, Tom Quiet, and we're back at it again with another amazing podcast. Today, we have a very special guest joining us. We have Rosie Johnson. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you? It's
starting to warm up a little bit. We hit a little bit of a cold snap here in Texas, but I mean, you're in the UK, so I'm sure what I consider a cold snap right now is like, it is.
Yeah, it's pretty miserable. It's pretty miserable here across the pond. Lots of grey skies and rain, but we like to stick with tradition like that. Yeah,
for sure.
Nothing is not consistent.
We're getting ready to hit January, and that's when our real winter starts. So it's going to be a whole 2 months of not pleasant weather. So
no, what a great start. No,
right. But excited to have you here. Excited to chat a little bit and talk about your new music you got dropping here and all that fun stuff. So how's you're based in London, correct?
That's right. Yes, London, UK.
Born and raised there, or were you from originally?
Yeah, I've moved around a bit. My family, we restored old kind of haunted houses, which was an interesting start. So I just kind of hopped around the UK, a little bit in France, but all over different countrysides here. But since I've been an adult, I've always been a London girl. So yeah, this is where I've been and plan to be, I think.
Sweet. That's cool. That's such an interesting childhood growing up restoring haunted houses.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're sort of like historic houses, but I mean, my main takeaway was they were all absolutely infested. Yeah, it was, and now I love horror films, so it all tracks.
Okay. Very fair. Okay, so they were more historic than haunted just because you were younger, you thought they were haunted?
Well, I mean, I still think so, but no, yeah, we didn't track them down specifically for being haunted. That was just kind of a fun addition that they all seem to be.
Fair. Nice. So how'd you get introduced to music?
Yeah, so me and my dad, actually, we've always been, the way that we have always bonded is through music and film and TV, but mainly music. And I grew up just in love with every aspect of it. I am horribly dyspraxic though. So I tried to learn so many instruments, including like harp and obviously guitar. But my hand-eye coordination is absolutely terrible. So although I love this music, I didn't have the great ability to play. So I would have all these lessons and they would every single one would cultivate in me making the teacher play, and I would sing because that's all I wanted to do and that's the only thing I felt like I could do. But no, I just loved it. I've always loved the way music that we love is able to communicate, especially like emotions to people that we don't really have the words to say, like the feeling that comes with it. I think it's just such a powerful and beautiful thing that us humans do. And yeah, I've just always been in love with that.
Nice. So did you ever pick up like an instrument or
yeah, many. It was just all been bad for your eardrums, basically. That's my main area is definitely just the vocals. Although we love a trier. Fair.
When you were talking about ended up just like having the teacher play while you sing, I didn't know if you ended up later on just like finally stuck to guitar or something like that.
Yeah, it's an ongoing battle with me. It's just so bad with the coordination. I can do one or the other with guitar. I can't do the frets and the strumming. But one day they'll invent some way for me to be able to do it. But it's an ongoing thing.
Right.
I've been threatening to learn the harmonica for years, so maybe that'll be the thing.
That'd be kind of hard to sing with, but that'd be...
Well, Bob Dylan found a way. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Exactly.
If that was your sole instrument, I'm sure you'd figure it out, so...
We'll find a way. We'll find a way. Anything's possible.
Right, right. So, so you've been in London for how long now?
Oh gosh, since ooh, I guess it's 6 years now.
Okay.
It's crept up. Yeah, yeah, 6 years in London
So
town.
almost just right before the pandemic is when you moved?
Yeah, it was good timing. It was great
Right,
timing.
right, right. And
Yeah.
so did you move to London specifically to pursue music, or were you already pursuing music and then just realized London was kind of like a good spot to be?
Well, actually, I since I was 16, I was an actor. So I had moved to London to work, and I ended up also going to film school
Okay.
during the pandemic because I figured nothing else to do, might as well do a film degree.
Right.
Yeah, and that was amazing. But I'd sort of been I've always loved acting. I always will love that whole industry. But I had decided really young that because I struggled so hard with like instruments, that that just wasn't the avenue that was meant for me. And I don't know who gave me the license to decide that at 10 and 12 years old, but I did. So I'd been doing acting, and I was loving it, but I didn't feel really just complete in it, I suppose. So actually, as I was finishing my degree, I had ended up stumbling into this little jazz bar in Soho.
Mhm.
And I don't know what came over me that night, but it was probably the bourbon, to be honest, but I walked on over to the sort of MC at this jazz bar, and I asked him what I needed to do to perform there. And then from there, I was really lucky to meet some incredible people who sort of gave me the nudge to start writing my own songs and performing live. And then I just really got the bug, and I was done for, and it became my whole life. And I'm so grateful I did that. But yeah, it's a bit of a unconventional. Well, I think it's a fun way. I like the sort of timing of it all. I think I'm a big believer in things coming into your life when they're supposed to. And I think that was a little bit of something that was meant to happen, maybe. I hope.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know,
Yeah.
it's things come to you when the universe is ready for it. Things come to you when you're ready for it, and
Absolutely.
that's something that I've come to terms with probably over the last 3 or 4 months. It's like you'll get it when you're ready. So
Yes, absolutely. Thank you more, please. And what's meant for you will not pass you, I think.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you brought up the film degree. Before we get to your upcoming release and all that stuff, I want to talk about the
Yes.
film degree a little bit
Sure,
because
sure.
that's something we share in common. I went to school for
Yes.
film and did all that fun stuff. You said you primarily focused more on acting, right?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I've been acting since I was 16, and then I ended up finding a film school in London that it offered a screen acting BA degree, but it was mainly it was a practical sort of filmmaking with a little bit of a side of acting, which was actually great because I mean, as you know, the whole thing with the film thing is you got to make your own work. So
Yep.
that was amazing. But yeah, I've never been a super technical person. So the numbers and the ISOs and the editing software still kind of evades me, but I'm trying to catch up. But it's a just everyone is so incredibly talented to do what they do, and I don't know. It's just a beauty. It is wonderful how just a team can. It's all teamwork, isn't it? It's
Yeah, it is.
yeah, incredible.
It really is. It's one of those deals where, film, like, and I love the way you kind of described how your film program or the school you went to did things where it was like, it was a film program, but you could focus in on, like, if you want to be an actor or if you want to be a sound
Yes.
engineer, like whatever the specific area is. Whereas when I went to film school, it was, okay, we're going to teach you everything. And then when you graduate, you got to figure it out. And it's like,
Yeah.
I mean, I get
Quite
it. But,
overwhelming.
yeah.
No, I agree. It's I found that as well, where I was a little bit stubborn because I was like, I'm here to act. What's going on?
Yeah.
But I do think it's so important to understand just what every single person on that set is doing. So you can make their lives the best possible and do your job the best to support them. But it is an overwhelming thing.
Yeah, it really is. It really
Yeah.
is. So, have you acted in any like major projects in London, or is it a lot of small like? Yeah.
Yeah, just a lot of small stuff. Nothing I think the majority of people would be aware of. Just a lot of like indie films and little projects here and there. But it was fun. I had a great time with it, and I met some beautiful people, and it really helps with music with all this sort of promotion stuff you have to do.
Right.
So yeah, that's kind of me there.
Awesome. And so now 100% focus is on music and doing your thing
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. I mean, there's the occasional project I'll work on with friends and people I've met throughout the throughout the time I had doing that. But it's hard to have time for anything else at this point, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So music is the primary focus for sure.
Heck yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your new release coming out.
Yes.
Is it on the first or the second?
Well, so it's coming out technically tonight at midnight. So New Year's Eve / New Year's Day. It's confusing, isn't it, with the midnight mark, whether it's which side. But yes, it's coming out
Tonight. Yeah.
Tonight. Yeah. Sorry, I was time converting there, but it didn't make any sense. Yes, tonight. Bringing in the new year with a new single, which I'm excited to do. Yeah.
What can you tell us about the song?
Absolutely. So the song's called Lucky. It's a little bit of a bittersweet one for me because going into writing this song, the inspiration very much came from a little bit of a funky time I had in my life. My dad, he had stage 4 throat cancer.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, not fun stuff. But we're incredibly lucky and just he's fine, basically. He came out despite some pretty gnarly odds. And last year when we were writing this song, I was kind of just going through this bit of a reflective time with my family, and we had sort of started because we were finally at a place where we'd sort of healed from it. But looking back on it, there's gaps in my memory that I can't remember from that time. And I'd sort of been umming and ahhing and contemplating, I think with, as unfortunately the majority of people who have experienced someone they either love or themselves having cancer, there's this weird feeling that comes when someone survives, which is so incredible that you almost feel a little bit guilty for feeling sad that happened, that you still experienced that. And I was just at this position in my life where I was like, I think we are so incredibly lucky and privileged to have such a breadth of emotion that we can experience these super, super high highs and these just incredibly horrible lows. And there's nothing in the world that we know gets to experience stuff like humans do. So I think it's okay to look back at a time that was really hard and know that it was hard and like feel all of those feelings, but also feel and acknowledge how lucky you are to be in this position. So writing the song, I was kind of trying to have a little bit of catharsis of that. It's okay to be sad about this, but still acknowledge that I'm lucky to be able to live and just experience this, if that makes any sense. But yeah, so that's kind of how this song came about. It's a little bit, it's not a sad song, but it has that sort of like bittersweet element to it. So, and I know New Year's is often a little bit of a weird time for people. It's a big change, obviously. And there's all, I mean, New Year's Eve plans, they never live up to what you expect. So I figured it would be a little fun thing to go into the new year with a little bit of luck, but also acknowledge and feel your feelings a little bit with it. So that's lucky.
I love it. I love it. I can't wait to hear the full song and just kind of enjoy it for everything it is.
Thank you. That's so kind. Yeah, it's I'm super excited.
Now, are you building towards like a bigger project? Are you kind of staying singles? Like, what's the thought process as we enter into 26 with the more of your music?
Yeah, at the moment, it's still kind of, oh, sorry. At the moment, it's still a little bit up in the air. We have two more scheduled singles coming out this year. And then, depending on how those releases go, it'll either next be an EP or we have just recorded. We've just recorded 4 songs at our residential studio in Cornwall in November.
Nice.
So we'll be moving on to like mastering them, and then whether that becomes a EP or we record further and do an album or keep doing this sort of steady release of singles. It's all kind of hinging on how things go. So
Fair.
up to everyone basically. But yeah.
Nice. Well, I'm glad that you have plans moving into the new year because, it's kind of odd because I feel like a lot of musicians go in after releasing a single and then they're trying to figure out what's next
Yes,
after already
absolutely.
releasing it. It's like, no, you kind of have to know what you're doing afterwards before, so.
That's been a lesson for sure.
Right.
No, it's yeah. If you couldn't tell already, I have pretty intense ADHD. So it's this pre-planning stuff is it's a challenge, but it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
100% get you. I get you. So where are you kind of at show-wise right now? Are you playing out shows or?
Yeah, so at the moment we're taking a little break until the summer with live shows, just to allow me to help myself to allow myself to focus on the planning and the production of these releases, and also the whole social media thing. Yeah, it's especially this time of year, I think it's really hard to like find balance. So my team's been really amazing in letting me focus on one thing at a time at this moment, but super excited to start playing again in this sort of spring, summertime. And I think it'll be really great coming back to that with a little bit of a rest and reinvigorated, and hopefully with the crumb of sun that we sometimes get here in the UK. So yeah.
Sure. That's always been like you brought up the crumb of sun, like just having a little bit of sun.
Honestly,
it's like I hear all those stories about the UK, especially like now it's always like really gloomy.
yes.
And it's like you guys aren't really selling the UK, like for me to come to the UK right now.
Listen,
like,
it's amazing. It's amazing. Don't get me wrong. You just need one of these guys over here.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a little sad lamp. Replicate sunlight and you'll be fine.
Sweet.
But no, we've got tea and fried food, and it's great.
I need to come out so I can try some fish and chips. I love
Absolutely. Mushy peas.
eh,
You'll love them. Vinegar and salt. It's a classic. It's a classic.
but yeah, no, supposedly I say supposedly because they're like distant relatives. I got some relatives that live up near Blackpool.
Oh, amazing. Oh, Blackpool's so fun.
Yeah.
You'll have the best time. You've got to make that happen.
Yeah. So it's a trip I've been wanting to take, and honestly, out of all the trips I want to take, I feel like going to the UK is probably one of the easier ones.
Yeah.
Because it's a 6-hour flight, no, 6-hour flight, 9-hour flight, whatever it is.
Something like that. Yeah. It's worth it. I'm underselling it, but I mean, our music's pretty fun. Our music scene's pretty fun here,
Nice.
and Blackpool is so fun.
Yeah. How's the scene in London right now?
It's amazing. It's there's just again, I've been underselling England, but the thing I love so much about London is it's just truly a beautiful city of opportunity, especially with music. Like any night, any day of the week, any time of the year, there will always be something happening. And what is this phrase? The turn of the dice of what you're going to experience, especially in the music scene. There are so many just incredible people in amazing kind of hidden locations that you can find, and especially in this sort of Americana country scene that I kind of sit in. That's starting to sort of bloom a little bit here in the UK. and I'm really excited about it. But we do need more cowboy boots. So Texas, you got to bring some. You got to bring some of that country over.
Fair. Very fair. It's, though, so I've been interviewing musicians from the UK since 2020, when we stopped doing only in-person interviews and started doing like Zoom interviews because of the pandemic and whatnot.
Of course. Yeah.
And just kind of seeing the evolution of the country scene specifically.
Yeah.
Is really been interesting, because it went from, like, I think one of my first interviews in the UK, I was kind of looking at like the top UK country charts, and it was like the number one song was like Jolene or something.
Yeah.
It was like Jolene, Little Nas X, and his Old Town Road deal. And this was like 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, this is an interesting mix of top songs for the UK. But then you go look now, and it's like, it's not that. Like, there's something happening. I can't tell you. Like, I think it's all the music festivals and the fact that y'all are bringing over a lot of the American country artists and just doing really cool things. So
absolutely. I mean, C2C, I think, is such a major credit to the music scene, the country music scene in the UK. It's I think it's really changed the game a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But no, I think it's because, I mean, country, it's got such a rich history in the States, but we have elements of like sort of folk music here that kind of blend in a different way. And I think it's nice, a little cross the pond motion. It's
And what I really like about the UK country scene is, like, originally just kind of listening to a lot of the songs, it was a lot of talking about a lot of the stuff that we talk about here in the States, and just, it's just like mimicking US country music, which, that is what it is. But now, like 5-6 years later, as we kind of examine the scene and look at what's going on, you're starting to see more authentic British country music, which is really interesting. And it'll be fun to kind of see that kind of come over to the States and see how, and I mean, you're seeing it work really well in the States, because there's a lot of British country musicians in Nashville right now, in Texas, just kind of really doing their thing. So
absolutely, it's really exciting. I completely agree with you. I think it's sort of marinated to a point now where I think it's really starting to blossom, and it's a really exciting time.
How did you get introduced to country music? Like,
well, so I have loved Americana, sort of bluegrass, roots rock since I can remember. My first ever concert and my favorite band of all time is Counting Crows. And I grew up on that kind of energy. So when I sort of started doing music, I wasn't entirely sure what direction I was going in. I really didn't know what I was doing. It was just kind of like little poetry that I was sticking to, whatever chord progression I could find with whoever was going to play what. But through meeting some incredible people, I started working with my producer, and we were just sort of like messing around with some chord structures, and I was just singing some lines, and we found that he suggested that my tone might lend itself quite well to a little bit of a country Americana-y zone. And at the time, like you were saying, it was a very different scene here in the UK with UK country music. So I was like, I didn't know that was allowed. I'm not from Texas. I'm not from the States. I grew up in the countryside, but it's not quite the same thing. But then I think, again, it was a timing thing with the universe doing its thing, because as soon as I was like, oh, that I'm allowed to do that, C2C and just the industry started to sort of make sense here in the UK. So it kind of just, the cards just fell quite well in that one, and I am so happy about it, because I've loved it since I can remember. But again, it's that almost like the decision to, I can't do that because that's not allowed. We need to get rid of that in 2026, because you absolutely are. But
There's a lot of good things happening, and I'm glad the UK has really found their footing in the country music realm. And it's
Yes.
not just, oh, hey, in America they talk about drinking whiskey and riding Ford pickups and all this
Literally.
stuff, and it's like, well, I'm sure some of that translates over in the UK, but I'm sure it's not
Absolutely.
100% one for one. So I'm
Absolutely.
glad you
Yeah.
guys are like really finding your footing and
Mhm.
turning out some really big stars that are gonna like they're not like selling out Red Rocks or any of the major stadiums, but they're right there. They're like getting
Yeah,
ready to.
they're getting there. They're getting there. We love it. Yeah, no, exactly. And I mean, as much as we love a Ford pickup truck and some bourbon, I think you're right. But we do love those things.
Yeah, fair.
Absolutely.
But so outside of music, what do you like to do? What's kind of your thing?
Oh wow. Well, I mean, most of my time's taken up. I'm a little bit of a certified cat mum. So when I'm not getting beaten up by my cat Ziggy, I am. Oh gosh, it's a good question. It's been so full on recently. I'm a big old movie buff. I love film and TV still, and always will. Very, very excited about the new Avatar film, my little
Nice.
nerd obsession. But yeah, I love animals. Animals are having grown up in the countryside. That's kind of my main thing. So I grew up with horses.
Hmm.
So and doing sort of like Western riding and natural horsemanship. So that's my favorite sort of like
Yeah.
passion outside of the music stuff, which I guess can lend itself quite well to the country thing. Um, but yeah, so I mean, whenever I can, kind of getting out of London and heading up home to be
Yeah.
with all our retired animals that definitely get better treatment than me when I get home. That's how we like it. Yeah, that and just trying to survive London rent, I suppose, at the
I
moment.
mean, to be fair, that's a worldwide thing. That's not just
Yes, it is.
exclusively London. Like
That is, yes, absolutely. We're all suffering a little bit, I think.
like I live in Waco, Texas, which
Oh,
it
well.
shouldn't be super expensive to live here, but because of the city's history and
Mm.
everything that's kind of going on now with there's this. I don't. Do you know who the Fixer Upper team is?
Oh, I don't know.
They're a home remodeling
Ah,
husband wife duo that
okay.
they live here in Waco, and they have like a big old production studio, and they just remodel all the houses, and so they're remodeling
Um,
all these houses, but they're like jacking up the rent prices for everyone because it's like, oh, they got like really nice property over here, so that makes my property over here more valuable, and it's
oh no, bit of a double-edged sword situation. Oh,
yep. So
yeah, that's well, they should not do that.
yeah,
But that's amazing. Yeah,
it's a
it's
whole
not, but
worldwide
yeah.
thing. So, what's
Mm.
the last movie you saw since you?
Oh gosh. Um. It was Life of Chuck.
Okay.
I can't stop rewatching it. I'm absolutely obsessed. I think I mentioned earlier, I'm a big horror movie fan,
Hmm.
and Mike Flanagan is my absolute favorite. And any of the work that he's done with Stephen King, who's also an absolute favorite, my brain goes crazy. But I don't know if you've seen Life of Chuck.
Nope, I've not seen
Oh,
Life of Chuck. No.
it's well worth a watch. It's obviously because we know Stephen King, Mike Flanagan, very famous for their sort of horror, but this is so not that. It's
Yeah.
just a incredibly beautiful film, great for this season,
Mhm.
about the just beauty and rarity of being alive and how wonderful and strange that is, and it's told in such a beautiful way. And I can't watch it without sobbing, but I do it every time.
Right. Right.
I can't stop.
I
But no, it's so good.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of similar to I just watched two movies.
Yes.
The Secret Life of Walter Mitty.
Yeah, love that.
Yep.
Great film. Great
And
film.
then I was feeling inspired by the horror genre. I was watching Krampus the other night,
What a film. What a film.
and it's just like, okay, like I don't know how I feel. It was the first time I watched it. It was like a couple days after Christmas, and I'm like, you know what? let's see what this film's all about. And here we are. So
That's so fun. No, yeah, it's a film. It is a certified film. No, we love it.
yeah. So,
We love it.
but I love the when it comes to horror, the cheesier it is, the better. Like
Yes, I
that,
agree.
like the Freddy versus Jason film. Have you ever
Incredible.
like that? That's just like a really campy film, and just I don't know.
Yeah.
When it comes to horror, the cheesier it is, the better for me. So
I agree. I've been recently put onto the whole Evil Dead series, which I found the whole lore of the chronology of each film. But the Ash versus Evil Dead TV show,
yep.
incredible. So camp, so fun. It's yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it horror film is one of those things where like especially when you get into the series of films or the anthology of films,
Yes.
it's like, oh, you're in for a treat on these.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Especially when you look at like the Halloween movies where it's like,
Oh my God.
there's been so many different iterations spun off from the original one where it's like you got the first one and then we're going to do a whole series of films, but then 20 years later, oh no, nobody likes the 7 remakes that we did after it, so we're going to take the first one and pretend like the rest of them don't exist.
That's the thing. Oh, I can't keep up with it when they just, it's, oh yeah, that's not canon anymore. Don't worry.
I will say though that the recent trilogy, the Halloween or the original Halloween, the Halloween remake from 2017, whatever year,
yes,
and then Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. That's actually a pretty good trilogy. Like I thought it was pretty decent. Halloween Ends gets a little weird, but you know,
I'll have to revisit those. I haven't. I think I watched the original a long time ago, and then kind of forgot about it. But I think I might have to dig back into that.
Yeah. So
I think, it has to be done.
So those are my kind of things. Like I try and get into the horror films and all that stuff. So
yeah, amazing, incredible.
Awesome. So you got your new single out or coming out, or as this releases, it'll already be out. So we'll have the link in the description and all that fun stuff. Excited for everyone to hear that. Excited to hear what you got coming next, and hopefully we can get you to come over to the States and play some shows.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm dying. I'd love to. That'd be incredible.
Awesome. So for people to check out your music and socials and shows and all that stuff, where's the best place to find you?
So I guess Instagram is probably the best. I also have a website, rosiejohnson.co.uk, if that is more amenable. You can also find me on TikTok if that's more of your jam, at Posies of Rosies. That was a choice I made with the branding one day. But yeah, my Instagram is Posies of Rosie, like Rosie Posey, but backwards and more complicated. Sure. So yeah, that's probably the best place to find me.
Honestly, with the way social media is right now, that sounds like your Instagram. What is it? The Instagram group chat or whatever it is. The channels, the Instagram channels.
Yes. Yeah. I haven't. Yeah. That's.
So, but once again, I do really appreciate you. Before we wrap this up, though, one quick last little thing. What is one piece of advice you have for the young musicians out there?
Ooh, I think it has to be don't God, how do I put this? Any self-limiting beliefs that you have about your capability and what you deserve as a creative or a person, and only hurt you, basically. So don't decide. Who are you to decide that you are not good enough to try something? I think is my best piece of advice. Especially when you're starting out, you don't know if you're not good enough. So why the hell not try and see if maybe you can be? And obviously you are good enough, because art is subjective and amazing and wonderful, and that's how we connect. Yeah. So believe in yourself and give it a go, I suppose, is the best advice I have.
I love it.
But thank you.
Yeah, I appreciate your time, and we'll definitely have to sit down and do this again. It's been an absolutely amazing conversation, and but yeah, so thank you once again.
Thank you so much for having me, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year's to you as well.
Happy New Year.
Thank you to everybody for joining us, and we will catch y'all later.
See ya. Bye.